John Fung's book, and it's a great book. I think I've included it in the materials for the class. If you get a chance, go online and find it. It's called Practical Tensiometrics. But John has John has the great benefit of being a speaker of Chinese. It's his mother tongue, and so a lot of times John will dig into the word pictures associated with Chinese language and kind of tease them apart. And one of them is this idea, Ru, R-O-U, which means soft. And he says that's not entirely correct. Qing Dynasty dictionaries define the word as wood that can be bent and straightened. Ru literally means spear wood. Okay. And so we have a rattan staff that we keep in here, and it's stiff, and it will assert itself, but it 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 bounces quite a bit too. There's quite a bit of flexibility in it. And the idea that we're going to talk about next is this idea of bend and straighten. And what's bending are some structures in our body. And the bending part is we're storing potential energy, and then when we release it, something happens. Okay. So the structures in our body that we're talking about are primarily physical ones. Okay. From our head top to our coccyx, this first one, and Allie's already pointed it out. She talks about this, the C of the back, the C shape of the back. And the idea when we do the C shape, I want you to consider that the top of the C is going to be my head top, and the bottom is going to be my coccyx. But I don't make a C by just bending the top, okay, forward. We have most of the bend in our body, like from this area and then forward. So to get kind of a symmetrical bend, you have to really control yourself. And so as I do this, I want to, my brother Cullen Hallmark said this, it's almost like pushing on your sternum and letting your head come straight down and then going forward again. That's how much it is. It's not a lot. Even this staff, you can see this staff, it's hard. I'm putting all my power into that thing, and I can get a little bit of bend, but it's powerful when it gets that little bit of bend in it. Okay, so we call this bending and straightening. Okay, and bending and straightening is a part of Tai Chi. Okay, when I'm doing the form here, this part I'm bending, this part I'm straightening. Bending, straightening. You can see my head top and this part of my body, they're pulling in opposite direction, bending and straightening. Bending and straightening, okay? So control of the head top, which means don't dip your head too much. It's good to have a qualified older brother or teacher or somebody who you trust check you out sometimes. It's very common for people to go like this in this one. What we want to do is we want to maintain contact with Zongding. And so what that means is my head, my heaven point stays on Zongding, but my spine moves behind Zongding. Zongding is now sort of forward. It may actually be in front of my body here. And then when I lengthen, come back onto it, I move more in alignment with the Zongding. So here, the back of my body goes behind Zongding. We never really go forward of Zongding that I'm aware of, although I should probably watch it. I could get caught in a trap there if I say that never happens. I'm sure it does, but so this is what we're after. This Benbo shoot. This is called bend and straighten. It's part of what we're doing. It's part of the second Qigong. It's going to become part of the third Qigong, and It has a named posture in the Yang form, and we're going to, all of us, look at it together right now. So, Rick, would you come out in here? And Allie, would you come right behind me here? And then Gloria, maybe right behind me. And then you guys can stand back there. So this will be brand new for you guys. Do your best, okay? I'm going to try to give you a way to get it into this that you'll understand, okay? This comes, it's weird because this posture shows up almost at the end of the form. You know, it's like it could have been useful teaching us about bend and straighten a long time earlier in the form, but it shows up at the end of Chen Minqing's 37 posture in maybe the last 15% of it, 20%. Also in IYTC, it ends up pretty late in the form there too. And I'm just stand to the side one time. So I want to demonstrate what it looks like first, then we'll do it together. So it comes out of we do this little kick, this lotus kick, and then we sink down. We sink down and step forward, and my hands come together, and then they rise up. And then here's the bending of the bow. I bend the bow, my body bends, and then I shoot the arrow. Power comes out here. So this is the bending. That's how subtle this is, okay? And Allie, that good person Allie, brought this in the other day. What we're doing is we're putting this bending in, and then when we shoot, it powers the thing. So we're pulling on the bow to create potential energy. What happens? The top and bottom, they move toward each other, okay? Top and bottom move toward each other when you put potential energy into a bow. When we release the string, they go up and down, okay? My head top goes up, my coccyx goes down to create power, okay? Okay, so we're going to try to do this, show this first as the posture, and come back into position, everybody. And I want you to just start in a Wu Chi posture. Sink all the weight left so you can kind of tap the right toes. Then I want you to put your right toes forward to the direction of the door, to this angle. And I want it to be advancing on the foot here. So I don't want it behind, but I want it to be advancing, meaning that the toes of the right foot have to be in front of the left toes. And I want you to keep your hands in front of your body, almost like you're holding a stick in your hands, like this, okay? And nice and easy, so don't put any tension there. Hold that nice and easy in front of your body. And then as we sink down, we're going to take that stick to the right. We're going to stabilize the knee so the knee doesn't do any wobble. And then we're going to lift and strike this away. So my right hand is up at about the level of my temple, and the left hand is down at the level of the kidney. And there's this little wooden thing between my hands. Okay. So at this point, don't extend your left hand totally. So one more time, come back here. So turn that foot out, place the foot with no weight. So one of the problems in this, in the form, it's pretty dang hard because we come out of this, we do this lotus kick, and it's so very easy to kind of shift weight into this foot. So we don't want to do that. I want you to kind of get in the habit of practicing this as a one-legged posture. Put it out there, remove it, put it out there. So I don't want this. I don't want that because that's double weighted, okay? So put that foot out, then swing down, swing here. Now don't let the right knee move. And then take the hands up here to here. And then I want you to bend here and then straighten. I need this to be a little bit longer. I want to straighten and push. Okay, one more time. Sink in the left foot, put the right foot out. Sink into the right foot, come back, and just feel your hands kind of sink here, then turn, stabilize the right knee. Don't let the right knee move. Don't let, now, and I want everybody long here. Long, feel this is long in your body. And then I want you to pull from the right hand, pull from the right hand. And now release again. Let the left hand go forward. Yeah. Let me do this. I want to aim this way so people can see me from this side. So yeah, maybe give me a clean wall there and so they can see. So when I do this, I'm going to put out here. I'm going to take this here. This is a two-handed punch. In a lot of forms, it comes up this way, an ear punch or something comes up this way, but it looks like this. I sink here. Notice as I'm gathering, my hands gather. Watch my knee, my right knee. It's stable. I open here. And then this is, I'm bending the bow. I'm pulling the bow back. Right here, I'm really pulling the bow back. This guy's extending a little bit, but now this guy really extends as I release. You see that at the end? Oh, one more time. Sink. This is open. This is closed. That's where the back foot turns into. And then this is open again. Oh, Rick, would you just come over here, stand here, take your right hand and just feel my body. I want him to verify that there's motion down here too. Just touch it. Don't push on it. So I'm going to sink here. So this is opening. This is bending. This is opening. So it's pushing down to this part here. That's creating the power right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that my head is actually extending up a little. It should be extending up. Remember how we do pressing? Remember when we do pressing here? And that this is a sign of dissipation when your head moves backwards. Does everybody remember that a little bit? So would you come in here and just make your body strong? And so if I'm going, other foot forward, please. Or you can just stay in a Wuchi. So in this one, if I come in and gather Rick's power and I open, nothing is getting into Rick now. See how I'm dissipating it? My head top's going back. But if I come here, bend, and I straighten, it goes through his body. Okay? It displaces him through his body. And it's just one more time. So I want you to see what dissipation looks like. So here he's gathered, I've got him, I've sucked in here. And so when I open, nothing's happening. Any of the energy I have is kind of going off behind me. You can see that in my head top. And I want to vector my head top going this way. Okay. And so here, as I open, it goes this way. Okay. And that's different than me just trying to muscle them at my arms. Okay. So this is the bending and the straightening. And so don't dissipate, as Rick said, Bill's head was real stable at the top. Yeah, you want it stable and then kind of going that away. So again, I sink, I open, I gather. Now watch my head. I open again. It's small. It's small, but it's powerful when it happens. And when it happens, it's something like this. Boom, open. And it's very much, Robert always used to say that yang energy was like electricity, like a boom. And yin energy was like water, like water. Okay, so let's do this a couple more times, and then we're going to do we'll have to review this quite a bit. I know this is, so this is called Benbo Shudero, and it's in Chen Menqing's form, late in the form. So we're going to put our foot out here, no weight. We're going to sink, the hands are together. We're going to stabilize the right knee and open up. We're going to pull, that pulls the back foot in slightly, and we bend our body. Now, as we lengthen, that creates the power in the strike. Don't push it. Don't push here. Just try to let that happen naturally. This is adding too much. Okay.
When you go in, the outer arm does get sucked in a little bit for the young.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would say you'll get more of a stretch if you just leave it alone out there. So when I do this, let's just look at closing and opening for a second. Okay. So here I'm open, here I'm closed, here I open, here I close, that turns in the back foot. This hand is actually going forward slightly. And here I open, and that really creates the power. So I'm not adding anything extra in my shoulder. I'm trusting the waist so this one, it doesn't come out here. It comes out at the level of here. So the arm comes down here, and this is parallel to the floor, not up here. It's not high. So if you drop the elbow, if you drop the upper arm down, the upper arm, then the elbow coordinates with about the top of the kidney. Okay. It's at that level. This is too high. It's right in here. So it's right there, not up here. Just show me, see if you can show me this posture here. So nose and navel on this one. I'm gonna, you want to see what you're doing here, but the toes and the navel are in this direction. Okay. And you're looking, this is one of the few times the nose may not align with the foot and the navel. Turn your tummy so it's aiming with your right toes. Turn. Yeah. This is a punch to the side. Okay. So, the other place you can find this one is I usually teach this now going into single whip. When we turn and come in here, this punch here, I'm rotating this way to create the energy out this way. So this rotation creates that power. Same thing on this one. Same thing on this one. When I sink here, open, come back. The rotation this way, rotate. So I'm pulling back this. I'm pulling this way. I'm sinking down here. This arm goes that way. Boom. Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah. So, all right. The last little bit, I want to just practice what we call the third Qigong, which is bend and straighten, which is an important and powerful calisthenic for our program. And I'm going to switch with you, Gloria. So we can kind of aim in the center, aim toward the center here. We're kind of come over here maybe. And this one, I'm going to work with Gloria here. It's moving day, and Gloria and I have to move this couch. So, and we know we're not supposed to just lift and hurt our backs, but we're going to move the couch with our legs. We're going to move the couch with the legs. And eventually we're going to power our hands all the way to the top here with our legs. Okay. That's that's to be contrasted with something like we stop here and then we move our hands up to here. So we want to push the hands up but with our legs. So we start in this posture here. We finish the second Qigong, and then we push and rise, rise, rise. The legs still lengthening out. Still lengthening out. Okay. And we're going to connect our middle finger to this sense of pulling up through our byway, over our head top. And this one too, don't get your hands up over your head too much. Energetically, you extend above your body, but this is kind of locking in your shoulder muscles. Okay. So keep it loose. So when we come up, I'm kind of getting pulled here. Okay. So that's the first phase of this. The next phase is there's this big rubber band coming down, and Rick is going to connect with it. And he's going to just use my arm, and it's like my arm is connected. He's going to pull that rubber band down. There's going to be this stretchy thing from above, and he's going to, if you ever did water skiing, it's like pull the boat back, you know. You're pulling something stretchy down from the ceiling, and as you do so, you're bending your spine. And then we're going to turn that over and come back up. And so we come back up to here, we're connected here. Here we're going to roll the hands over, and everybody looks really good. The elbows and wrists are parallel. This will keep the energy inside. So not like this, but we want to keep the elbows and wrists parallel. And then we're going to pull down. So the first study of this is push into earth to go to heaven, and then pull heaven down. This is straighten, shoot. This is bend. This is straighten, bend, straighten. Just keep doing this a little bit. Allie, face the camera. So you can see when she's pulling down, she's pulling everything sort of into her center. Okay. And she's kind of pushing out of earth, and then she's pulling down. But that's just half the issue. Come up to the top once. Stop. Now I want you to feel your feet. Now I want you to feel your feet, and I want you to concentrate on what's going to happen in the legs as you pull. I want you to put your hands right out in front of your body once. I want you to pull your arms in by pulling through the legs. And then I want you to straighten back out. Pull in by pulling through the legs. Push out, straight out. Pull at the quad. Push out. This is bending. This is gathering. This is extending, shooting. And I've sent a photograph. I think I sent it this Wednesday of Allie doing bend and straighten from the side. You can see this. Okay. And so this is doing it. Now bring your hands back up to the top once and in the posture. So we're pulling down from heaven. We're also pulling up from earth. So when you do this, feel tugging through your legs into Dantian, then push down to the ground, hug the ground up into Dantian, push down, pull in, push out, pull in. And I want you to just focus on your legs for a while. Feel pushing out as you open. Feel really pulling in through the legs, quad, everything coming up. And then to open, push down, pull in, push down. So I overheard Rick mentioning Adam Meisner the other day, how he does a few exercises and he's winded. And it's true. So Robert used to call this internal weightlifting. We are not just waving our hands around, okay? We're really engaging our body. This is part of the sinews, grabbing the sinews.
It inspired me. Felt it was like a positive thing, but I had to back off a bit.
Even Rick, our example of health, after Allie, of course. But um, so what Benbow and shooting does is we're pulling heaven and earth into center. When we're out in this, when we're in this posture, when we're long, when the spine is long, we're like this. When we load the bow, when we put potential energy in, we're drawing down from heaven and up from earth to here. So it's not just pulling this down, but it's pulling heaven and earth together and then separating heaven and earth. Pull heaven and earth together, separated. Do it with me, okay? Pull together, separate. Yeah, so you've seen Qigongs like this. Pull, keep the hands here. Separate, pull together, separate, pull, separate. So this is condensed. This is her. This is Kai. Separate. This is gather. This is shoot. So I want to do a few little examples of how this is used martially, and I only use the martial to kind of get at the deepest health possibilities. So I am interested in the martial stuff. I'm closing in on 70 years old though, and I don't expect to be fighting anybody, but I want you to see what we're trying to do with this. And I call this the barbell. So go ahead and do this with me a little bit, everybody else. So this is, we're shooting. The energy is out, or it's maybe at the back of the wrist. Now, when we curl that barbell in, the power on the hands is on the inside. When we straighten, think of the backhand. Curl in, where's the power? It's on the wrist. Here it's on the back of the hand. Yeah, and we can, Gloria did a nice move there. She opened her hand. Here it's gathering, yin. Here it's yang. Yin, yang. Bend, straighten. Bend, gather, shoot. There's another way to test this one. Hands straight like this. And I want you to just lengthen out a little bit and feel your hands go out. Try not to add too much here. Try to push your fingertips by lengthening your spine. Now suck in. Now push out. You're not pushing your hands out. The hands are moving in and out because of what's happening on the spine. The hands, what's happening in the hands is a result of what's happening in other parts of the body. Lengthening the spine up and down pushes the power out. Bending the spine pulls the hands in. So on this side, Rick has power in. On this side, he has power out. And this is the manifestation point. This is where the Jing expresses. On here, it's on this part of the body. It's pulling in. You can pull in here. And then it shifts to the other side. Pulls in and goes out. One final one we'll do is this one here. And if you just hold your hands to the side, wiggle your thumbs. And this little bit, your hand here, drop your elbows down. So don't hold your elbows up. This is always going to create tension. Let your hands sink a little bit. So maybe at the height of your sternum. And then bend and pull the thumbs together. This is also called plucking. This is the shape, not this here. Okay. And now wiggle your pinky. And then extend out. The energy is in the edge of the hand, the pinky edge. Sink and pull in. This is called plucking. This is opening, separating. Gather. Open. Gather. Move your hands by doing it with your spine. Ray Beta would always tell us, you have no hands. You have pelvis, feet, other parts of the body, but sadly, we don't have hands. Let's just end here and let's just do a little bit, put the mind and the breath together one more time, just to get in the habit of this is a good night posture too, if you're laying in your bed for a moment. Just sink your awareness and your breath and your chi to the center of your being. The chi is just going to follow. The chi will just naturally follow your mind and the breath. Chi is often translated as breath. You can get your mind and breath to move together. John calls this the Shenyi Chi command hierarchy, where the intent goes, where the mind goes, the chi is sure to follow. Where the chi goes, the body goes as well. So you might find as you sink inward, your spine responds by gentle C. Actually helps the whole scene. To open, the body stretches out. All right. Thank you. Okay, I want to see if there's any questions today. Does anybody have questions here that let me just see on the chat. Maybe not. Okay, no. Does anybody want to ask me from our remote group? Okay. All right, I am going to end. See everybody later. Happy to attend to any questions too by email or whatever other way. Thanks.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, thanks, guys.